Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sport. We have with us in the room legendary Uncle James Bashir in the room. Uncle, how are we doing?
We're doing fine, sir.
Fantastic. Great to have you back in the room. A delayed interview. Obviously, you had some things to do earlier, but you're back safe and well, I hope.
Yep.
Fantastic. Great. Let's kick on. First of all, thank you for the footage we got regarding watching yourself and Ivana training, preparing for that fight against Clarissa Shields in October. Talk to us about it.
Well, it's a fun trip, and that's what makes boxing interesting to me, is that it's a fun trip all the way with Ivana. Ivana is into what she's doing. Ivana is experienced. She's been there before. There's not much that Clarissa Shields or Cecilia Breckhorst or Katie Taylor or Ivana Habazin. Ivana Habazin is a two-time world champion, and she's vying for her third world title versus Clarissa. I'm in a good place, and she's in a good place. We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen.
A lot of people seem to be quite dismissive of Ivana Habazin, maybe because they don't know as much about her as they do about Clarissa Shields. Is that a mistake that they're making, being the experienced trainer that you are?
No. People are like that in general. People are like that in present time, and they'll be like that 100 years from now. They only know what's been advertised. They've only known what's been pushed on them through the media. Ivana Habazin is a self-made champion. Ivana Habazin never had anybody to promote her, nobody to aid her in her training. She only started boxing 10 years ago. Clarissa Shields has been boxing for close to 25 years, I believe. You know, she's been boxing for close to all of her life. You know, and that makes a stark difference in contrast. So if people don't respect or they're dismissive of Ivana Habazin, perhaps their thinking will change after the 13th of October. You know, the 5th of October.
I've seen a lot of training of Ivana. I've watched Ivana train for a long time now with you. Is she where you want her to be in terms of development for this big fight?
Yes. I believe that it's now or never. That's why when Ivana said that they offered her the fight, I said, take the fight. You know, take the fight. Ivana, I figured that if you don't take this fight now, we may never get a shot at a big fight again. We may not get Katie Taylor. We may not get Cecilia Breckhorst. So we're in a catch-22 position. But Ivana knows her business, and I believe she's going to take care of it. Will the fight be tough? Yeah, I expect the fight to be tough. That's why we train it. We expect a tough fight. I always go into a fight believing that this is the best and the toughest Clarissa Shields that can be. And I do that with every fight and every fight I train. I always go into the fight expecting to face off against the best opponent that person can be. So, in saying that, Ivana will be ready for the fight. We're not going to shy away from it. We're going to go in there and do what we have to do to win that fight.
There are people out.
You know, and the people that's dismissive, most of modern day fans, they're not really invested in boxing. If they was invested in boxing, they would know that this is a 50-50 fight.
They would do their research. They would do their research.
No, they don't do their research. Because if they did their research, you have to think that they think that this is a 50-50 fight. Clarissa is celebrated and accomplished, you know. But on the other hand, Ivana Habazin is celebrated and accomplished. Because here's a girl that comes into boxing 10 years ago, and she's a two-time world champion. You know what I'm saying? You know, they say, well, who is she? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can say the same thing. Adrian Broner. Who did Adrian Broner fight for 4 titles? He's a 4-time champion. Who did he fight? It doesn't matter. He acquired the titles. Ivana Habazin acquired the titles. She lost in a 10-round decision to Cecilia Brækhus, and Cecilia Brækhus won't come nowhere near Ivana. You know, Cecilia says she only fights people that she respects. But my thinking is, what does respect have to do with rating or accomplishment or legacy? What does respect have to do with any of that? You know, come back. It's been almost 5 years since she faced off with Ivana Habazin. So I'm saying, you know, after Ivana beats Clarissa, I'm expecting her to fight Katie Taylor or even Cecilia Brækhus, if they'll fight.
You've studied Clarissa Shields. What gives you such confidence that you're going to beat Ivana, that Ivana is going to beat Clarissa?
I studied Clarissa Shields and anybody else that Ivana Habazin has to face off against. I think I'm a pretty good strategist. But my thinking is that every fighter is just one punch away from winning or losing. That's what gives me confidence. I don't care what they do. I don't care how fancy they look in training. I don't care how many jump and how many mountains they climb. They're always just one punch away from winning or from losing. As the great Bruce Lee would say, he said, which punch is the best punch? He said the punch that lands. So yeah, I'm confident that Ivana Habazin will beat Clarissa will beat Cecilia too. I'm gonna get her too. It doesn't matter the time. But I'm confident that Ivana can and will beat Clarissa. You know, Clarissa, like I said, is an accomplished, celebrated fighter. But like I said, it's only one punch away from starting. That's what gives me confidence that we'll beat her.
Okay. Some people are not convinced, but I will say this much. This is a fight, because you've done a lot of talking and expressing how you feel about a lot of things. This is a fight that puts you very much in the spotlight. Would you not agree?
Repeat that.
This is a fight that puts Uncle Bashir in the spotlight, does it not?
You know, I've been in so many situations where it was supposedly put me in the spotlight. You know, I took Monty Barrett into what is this here? Took Monty Barrett into New Zealand some years ago to face off against David Tua. And everybody was so dismissive of the fight. You know, that was supposedly, if you win this fight, this will put you in the spotlight. And going into the fight, I remember the pundits and fans alike saying, Monty Barrett can't win this fight. He can't win this fight. How can he win this fight? He's got to travel all the way to New Zealand to do it. And we went there 2 weeks ahead of time. You know, they tried to bring us in there the last 5 days. I said, no. We came in 14 days ahead of time to make sure that we was acclimated good to the atmosphere we was in. You know, people atmosphere as well as the atmosphere itself. You know, we went in there, we had David Tua a clear defeat. The scorecard wasn't even close. You know what I'm saying? And he beat him. And then I come back, we go to Poland to beat Lewandowski with Usyk. That was supposed to do it. So I don't put much stock in what's supposed to boost me up and stuff. I've been in a lot of situations. You know, I've trained Shannon Briggs, Monty Barrett, you know, Jamil McCline. I've trained those guys. I worked with Lennox Lewis for years. I worked with Vladimir Klitschko for years. And all of those positions were supposed to have done this or that for me. Well, you know what? I'm doing what I do for That's what I do. Of course, money plays in, you know, at the end of it, but through it all, I'm into what I'm doing. You know, I love what I do. So I don't put much stock in it. But I tell you, it would make me really feel elated when Ivana knocks Clarissa out.
Why is that?
I'm expecting a knockout. I'm expecting a knockout.
Why?
Why am I expecting a knockout?
Yeah.
Why am I expecting a knockout?
Yes.
I think I see some things, some chinks in Clarissa's armor, you know, where that can possibly happen. Like I said, every fight is just one punch away from success or failure. And we'll be looking to land those punches that means a lot.
Do you think Clarissa hits hard enough to knock Ivana out?
Clarissa has how many knockouts in 8 fights?
Not that many, I think.
Take a look. How many knockouts has Clarissa got in 8 fights? 9 fights. How many KOs she got in that time?
Somebody box rec that for me, please. 2. Somebody said.
2. Wow. Yeah, I guess she stands a great possibility of knocking out Ivana Habazin. You know, wow, she's got a ripping, roaring percentage rate on the knockouts, right?
Well, I ask you the question because there are people here that have left comments on the thing saying that this and that's going to happen. So, you know,
what's not going to happen?
Hold on, let me get you back in, Uncle. Hold on. Let me get you back in there. Hold on, Uncle. Yeah, go again. Keep talking.
What's not going to happen?
Well, people are saying that how there are people in the chat that think that you're not serious about what you're saying. They think that you're just boosting up Ivana because you're training her, but you don't actually. It's not actually true.
Listen to the people in your listening audience. I'm not boosting Ivana Habazin up. Ivana Habazin does the work. She puts the work in.
I know. I've seen her put that work in. I've seen her put the work in.
Look, I'm stating the fact. What did I say? I said that I don't anticipate that this will be an easy fight for Ivana, but I don't anticipate that it will be an easy fight for Clarissa either. They're both 2-time world champions. They're both vying for their 3rd title. So I'm not trying to boost Ivana up. Ivana Habazin puts the work in every freaking day.
She does. I know.
You understand? She puts the work in.
Do you know? You know what I noticed about a lot of boxing?
I gotta go in sometime.
And tell her stop it.
Stop. It's enough for the day.
Exactly. Do you know what it is about a lot of boxing fans? A lot of boxing fans are lazy. They won't do the research about a fighter, and then when the fight comes around, it exposes their lack of research. You go, "Oh, it was a shock. We were stunned." No, you just didn't do your homework. If you've done your homework, you see this is a potential banana skin for Clarissa Shields. It's a dangerous fight for her. Somebody says the Boxing Kingdom says Clarissa's volume will be her own doing eventually. If Ivana punches with her, the KO could happen.
What did you say? If Ivana punches with her?
If Ivana punches with Clarissa, then there is a potential that Ivana could knock Clarissa out.
That's what good fighters do. They punch with it. They gamble. If somebody has an asset, if any fighter has an asset, then it's up to the opposing fighter to have kryptonite to dissolve that asset. My thinking is, you know, Clarissa, like I said, she's a celebrated and accomplished Olympic boxer. She's done well as a professional. I don't take anything away from her. But I've watched and I've studied, and most of the girls that fought her either didn't know how to fight or they were unwilling to fight. In other words, they were drained. They were drained and deposited on the floor before the fight even happened. I don't feel that way about Ivana Habazin. And if I did feel that way, I wouldn't be here on the phone talking about Ivana now because I wouldn't be here.
The press conference, I think that people will see at the press conference because they'll expect Ivana to turn up. And I asked Ivana that when I interviewed her, I asked Ivana, what would happen if Clarissa tried to bring it to you? How would you respond? She goes, I'm not scared of Clarissa Shields. That's for sure.
Listen, if I felt that Ivana Habazin was in any way fearful of her, in fact, I find Ivana quite upbeat, quite bubbly about the situation. If I thought for 1 minute that she was going to be defeated through the media, if I thought she was going to be defeated at a press conference, again, I wouldn't be here. It wouldn't be worth my time. You know, I don't want to build somebody up just to say, hey, look, you're not ready for this.
You get that?
So I'm not bringing some green fighter. You know, I'm bringing a seasoned professional. I'm bringing a 2-time world champion. That's my focus. Anybody in the listening audience or Phantom Kingdom, they can say they want to say. You know, I'm putting the time on the floor. I'm working with her.
I know.
You know, and I know what I see.
I know.
Clarissa Shields is a good fighter. But my thinking is that every fighter is only one punch away from reality. Defeat or success.
A lot of the people today don't appreciate the experience some of the trainers have, you know, so it is what it is. So when is this press conference?
It's not like the fans and the boxing circle and the boxing pundits, they don't appreciate boxers the way that they did going back to the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. They don't appreciate the boxer the same way. They don't do the research on the boxer. I know what I got in Ivana Habazin, and I'm not a boaster. I'm not a bragger, you know. But I will say this here: you'll see when the bell rings. When the bell rings, everybody gonna see. Anybody that knows me know that when I come to the dance, I come with viable fighters. That's just credible. I don't bring no scrubs in there, you know. And Ivana Habazin is not a scrub. You know, they're gonna see some artistry. They're gonna see skills. They're gonna see it all. I'm just saying, just tune in, watch the fight, and then don't say that I didn't tell you.
You know, the press conference will be interesting, Uncle, because you'll get this stuff again from the press. They're a lazy bunch of people. They ask the same redundant questions over and over again. You know that's coming.
I think the press conference for this fight is on Wednesday afternoon.
Okay.
On Wednesday afternoon, and I look forward to the press conference. You know, I look forward to it. I suppose nobody believes that Ivana can win this fight. Nobody believes Monty Barrett could beat David Stewart. Nobody believes that Usyk could beat Kowalski in Poland. Nobody believed that. But it happened. It was done. You understand? And it's not done. It's a coalition. It's a collaboration between boxer and trainer.
Yes.
You know, when they're on the same brain waves and brain length, when they're braining together, you know, and they come together inside the ring, it's like sweet music.
Poetry in motion.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know?
Which moves me on to my next point. Did you manage to see the AJ interview?
Yeah, I saw it. I listened to it.
What were your thoughts?
I think that AJ is it sounds confusing to me. Sounds contradictory to me, you know? The whole conversation, it was just like he was rambling on, you know? I think he said that the referee stopped the fight against his wishes, but in his eyes, in his body language, in that corner when the referee was talking, there was no enthusiasm. There was no body language saying that I want to be here, I want to compete, I want to continue. That's why the referee stopped him. in my belief. You know, only AJ can tell you what was happening because God and AJ is the only one who knows what was going through his mind. But I think that this fight is premature. I think that he's coming back too soon. Hey, he may just go out and win the fight. Who knows? But I don't think so. I get the impression, I don't think so. I get the impression that AJ's brain is all over the place right now, and he's not settled down, that he's not at peace. I get that impression. I think he's saying and doing what people expect for him to say and do. But I don't think that he's ready to fight the Ruiz rematch.
What do you make of him saying he was in control of the fight and, you know, 9 times out of 10 he beats Andy Ruiz?
He was in control of the fight when? I don't think he was in control of the fight. I think he lost control as soon as Ruiz got up from the first knockdown and knocked him
down. There are people in the boxing world that believe that he wasn't mentally switched on, but I mentally switched on and Anthony Joshua beats Andy Ruiz.
Say that again because you was going in and out.
I said there are many people there are people in boxing that have commented and said that a mentally switched on Anthony Joshua beats Andy Ruiz.
Well, I think that he alluded to the fact that he was looking forward to Tyson and Fury. And so in so many words, he was saying that he wasn't really focused on Andy Ruiz because Andy Ruiz didn't have anything that he wanted, that he wasn't excited. He had nothing to gain.
Yeah.
I'd like to counter that by saying that when you're the heavyweight champion of the world, you have everything to gain in every single
to
fight.
Lose.
And you can't lose focus with one fighter looking at another one. So I dispute what Anthony said. No, every fight is a critical step towards stardom, towards legacy. And he went to sleep on his job and he got knocked out. All right? You know, knocked out so coldly, looking forward towards Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder.
But he said in the studio only weeks before that he wasn't interested in Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury had nothing to offer him.
That's why I said that a lot of things that he said sounds confused to me, like he's confused. You know, I think that he needs to take his time coming back. I don't think he needs to jump right back into a fight. Like I said, he could possibly win the fight. But what if he does? Who does he face next?
Usyk.
He won't get Deontay Wilder next.
He'll fight Usyk next. He'll fight Usyk next because Usyk's #1 contender.
If he fights Usyk next, then he'll lose. He'll lose. He'll win the title back from Ruiz, and then he'll lose it to Usyk. Usyk will beat him. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening to the comments down here, and Joshua's confused. No, he's not closet confused. I don't think he means by closet confused. I think he's confused in terms of his mindset and where he's at. You know, what about what he thinks about the British fans and how he'll fight anywhere in the world? But
say for instance, okay, let's say for instance, hypothetically speaking, Anthony Joshua regains the heavyweight championship. His first defense has to be against Alexander Usyk. What are the chances of him beating Usyk? And none. And Slim is out of town. That's what I'm thinking. All right. Then he has he's got the other heavyweight contenders out there. You know, the other knocking at his door. That I want a shot too, because all of them think that they have the remedy, the antidote to beat AJ now. Dubois, you understand? Dubois, he's right there. He's right there knocking on the door. Next year, he'll be in the title picture.
That's not good.
You got Joyce. Joyce is right there. He thinks that he can do it. So those guys are sitting there at the door.
Don't even talk about Wilder.
No, I'm not even mentioning Wilder. Wilder's, that's no way on. I don't see him. Like I said before, AJ should have made the fight with Wilder and then go back all this preliminary stuff. I always said to you, I said, I hope that they fight before one of them loses, right?
Yeah.
I always said that to you.
You can blame the Hearns for that.
The fight was valuable. The fight was just a valuable fight. AJ versus Wilder. The fight was valuable. The fight was right there. And they kept dilly-dallying around, just dilly-dallying around, and now he's got a loss. That diminishes the expectations of that fight because the majority of fans and pundits right now, I guarantee you 98% of them thinks that AJ can't beat Wilder. So the best thing to do was to take the money when you had the opportunity, get knocked out by Wilder. It would have been a more credible situation if you had gotten knocked out by Wilder. But you got knocked out by Ruiz. Again, who people underestimate. I never underestimated him. I just thought that Joshua could beat him. I never underestimated him.
That was one of my ones over you, Uncle? You taught me well.
Yeah. Well, I thought Joshua was focused. I thought that Joshua had the tools to beat Ruiz.
Come on, Uncle.
I thought he had the tools. I thought he had the intelligence. I thought he had everything that he needed to beat Ruiz.
Come on, Uncle.
That's why I picked Joshua over him.
Come on, Uncle.
But but as it turned out, he got hit with the same left hook that always caused him problems.
Yep. What?
I had years ago. I had Maurice Harris.
Yep.
And I would always tell Maurice, don't try to throw uppercuts. I just took it out of his arsenal. So don't even try. Because every time he tried to throw uppercuts, he got hit with left hooks. He was always vulnerable to left hooks. Muhammad Ali was vulnerable to left hooks. Some fighters are just vulnerable to left hooks. And AJ is one of those fighters.
Yep.
When he got in trouble with Dillian White, he got in trouble with the left hook.
When I did my breakdown to this fight, I said if you look at the breakdown with him, with White, Klitschko, and Povetkin, those three fights, look at those three fights. And if you're Ruiz, you're a swarmer, and you know that if you get close to AJ, you're going to let your hands go. If you let your hands go, when AJ lets his hands go, you'll hit AJ faster than he'll hit you, and you will win the fight. That's what my breakdown was, and that's exactly what happened. So,
there's so many things I see that need to be corrected in AJ's style. I told you to see it years before we even having this conversation. They need to do maintenance on his style. Because sometimes AJ fights like he's 5'11". And that's not me. AJ is at least 6'6". He's at least 6'6", maybe 6'6 and a quarter. And Ruiz AJ was fighting him like they was in a schoolyard, and he kept hitting the top of the head and the side of the temple. It's not good. Not good. He wasn't fighting in a style. What I do with boxers, I try to teach a boxer my style of teaching, but it's up to the boxer to take the style that I'm giving them in my words, in my actions, and then formulate and create their own style. That's what boxing is about. You don't train every fighter to do the same thing. You give a basic program to a boxer, and a boxer explores that program and then creates their own style.
Yes.
Joshua he didn't fight an intelligent fight. And now I get the impression that he's offended. I get the impression that he's dejected, upset with himself, and he wants to get right back in there and prove that with the Joshua you saw that night in the garden a few months back, that wasn't the real Joshua. Take a look at the second Joshua. But I don't know. I don't know whether it's the right road to take. And if I had to call the shot, say, hey, maybe you don't need this fight right now. Maybe we take another fight, then come back and fight, or maybe another 2 fights, and then come back and fight.
That's what I said.
You know, just get yourself readjusted, reacclimated. But I do think that he needs somebody there to give him some boxing tools. I do think that he needs somebody there to give him better application. You know, I believe this guy that's training him, I believe is a good guy. But obviously,
who's that?
He does not have a good format for AJ. So therefore, AJ can even keep him. But he got to bring in somebody else to give him some direction. Somebody
suggested, would you train AJ? And I said, if you were going to train AJ, you would train him by yourself. You wouldn't want any second and third person involved.
No, I don't want no second and third person. I don't do that with no boxer. With no boxer. I've tried that before and it never works. It never works because it's difficult for a boxer to listen to a trainer, period. Because boxers have their own ideas about how they want to box because they don't want taking the punches. But then when you got a boxer that's trying to serve 2 trainers, it doesn't work well with me.
See,
jealousies arrive, competitions start. You know, one trainer is telling the boxer to do one thing, another trainer telling another boxer to do another thing, and then you got a conflict. You know,
it's not worth it.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Okay,
I don't like it. I don't do it.
Goguja asked the question: what would Mr. Bashir keys to victory be for AJ versus Ruiz 2?
The keys to victory?
Yes.
The keys to victory for AJ is don't show up.
That's exactly what I said. I said exactly the same thing not less 2 hours ago. Not less 2 hours ago, I did a preview for this, right? And I said, don't turn up, don't show up. That's the keys to victory.
Look, I don't believe that AJ is properly acclimated to take this fight. And if I don't believe in something, then I'm not going to put my name on it. I would go to the boxer. If I was the trainer and say, listen, perhaps you better wait. Then somebody outside of me will say, well, you might as well go ahead and take the money. You know, like I said, everybody needs money, but how I get my money makes a difference. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm saying, okay, let's go and fight, and I don't believe in the fight. I just think that the momentum is with Ruiz. I told Dillian White something. In Vladimir Klitschko's training camp some years ago. Dillian came to me and said, I had probably talked to somebody else in the camp, and somebody went back behind my back and told Dillian, you know, in their own words, you know, I don't know who it was, but I got a feeling I know who it was. But
I've got an idea too.
Anyway, he came back to me and says, I heard that you said that, you know, that AJ, if AJ and I fought right now, that you picked AJ to win. I said, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I said. I said, but I didn't say it in a derogatory manner, Dillian. You know, I didn't say it in a derogatory. I just said it the way I believed it would happen. Listen, I said, listen, you've been out of boxing for 2 years. You come back and you have 3 or 4 meaningless fights. None that will prepare you for AJ. I said, no, I think you need a couple more serious fights. And the fight that AJ and Dillian had was towards the end of the year, somewhere around Christmas or pre-Christmas.
And he was injured going into that fight, and he wasn't fit, and he was being trained by Jonathan Banks, who subsequently he left afterwards to go with Mark Tibbs.
Yeah, but I told him, that's what I told Dillian. I said, look, and my words to him were, Dillian, I think that the momentum right now is with Joshua, that you shouldn't take this fight. You should wait a few more fights and then wait until after New Year and then think about a fight. But I think you need 2, 3 more fights. Some fights that would prepare you for it. The style that Dillian had fought prior to fighting Joshua did not do anything to prepare him for Joshua.
Yeah, I got that.
So now I'm saying the same thing about AJ. AJ, the momentum is with Ruiz right now.
Yes, it is.
I think AJ needs to settle down. I think he needs to get his camp together. I think he needs to get his camp together and get the direction of this camp together and then be happy about training again. Don't just be going through the numbers, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then get in the ring, well, I did everything according to the book. No, I think that boxing is being happy. Preparation is being content, with your trainers and the people around you. If you're not content, the boxer is not happy. The boxer is not contented. If the boxer is not secure, it's not going to translate into success in the ring.
Check this one out.
I know what
Check this out. He says that he's trying to rediscover his passion. I said, well, he's in the wrong sport if you're trying to rediscover your passion.
Who's trying to rediscover their passion?
Joshua.
Oh, shit. I told you. It sounds confusing.
See what I mean? Do you see what I mean? I said the same thing.
I'm going to show you. Here's a statement. Here's a statement going back. This goes back 1971.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people now listening probably was wearing pants in 1971, if they were alive at all. It said after Kenny Norton broke Muhammad Ali's jaw in their first meeting, one of the people from the press said, Muhammad, he said, the word is that Kenny Norton said that you don't want to see any more of him ever again. And Ali was through a swollen jaw, his jaw had braces on it. He said, oh, how wrong Kenny Norton is. He said, oh, how wrong he is. You just don't know. He said, as soon as I get these braces off my teeth, I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to fight as soon as I get these braces off. You understand? So Ali never said, I have to rediscover my passion. No, he said, no. I fought 10 rounds with a broken jaw. My jaw got broken the second round of a 12-round fight. And he said, I can't. He said, I have to rediscover my passion. I want to fight as soon as I get these braces off. So that trumps what he says about rediscovering his passion. Boxing is not the place where you want to rediscover your passion.
That's what I said. Wrong sport.
You gotta have the passion. You gotta have that passion whether you win, lose, or draw.
Do you think he's been paid too much money now that he's got the silver slippers on now?
I'm the last person that will say a boxer got paid too much money. But I will say this in. It has to be more than money. You look at George Foreman, you look at Joe Frazier, you look at Muhammad Ali, Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns. These people made lots of money. But every time they showed up to the Packwood, Marvin Howard, every time they showed up for the ring, they showed a passionate performance that they wanted to be there. So they said that it goes past money now. It's about legacy.
Okay.
I'm fighting for legacy.
I mean, this is another thing that fans can get very imaginary and very fictional. But they're saying like how George Foreman would make a really good trainer for Anthony Joshua and Vladimir Klitschko would make a really good trainer for Anthony Joshua. But I'm thinking, hold on, you've got world-class trainers out there, experienced world-class trainers. Why do you want Vladimir Klitschko or George Foreman? What does George Foreman bring to the table?
I don't think George Foreman would be a good trainer. I don't think George Foreman would be a good trainer. I think he has some advice he could share, but as a hands-on trainer, I can't see George Foreman.
Said that.
Because George Foreman just had one of those "I don't give a damn" styles. I'm gonna knock you out. That's it. It wasn't really a lot of diplomacy to what he did.
No.
If anybody watched him,
Jab, big right hand.
I just want to put hands on you once or twice, and then we'll talk. You know what I'm saying? After I put my hands on you once or twice, then we'll talk about how you feel and what your aspirations are. Yeah.
Let's see
George was that kind of guy. George said, "I just want to put my hands on you once, twice, maybe 3 times, and then we'll talk about all the aspirations and thoughts about you got about winning." George was just a different kind of fighter.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I believe Vladimir could be a good trainer if he had the patience to stand in and do it. You know, a lot of fighters can't be good trainers.
Somebody suggested Lennox Lewis, and I said, well, the 2 guys that Lennox trained both got brutally knocked out. Manuel Shah and what's the other guy's name? Who else he trained got knocked out? And David Price he got involved with.
Yeah, Lennox knows. But like I said again, it's hard to be a trainer.
It is.
It's hard to be a trainer. It's very, very hard to be a trainer. You know.
Okay.
People don't have any clue what it is to be a trainer and the sacrifices that got to be made to do so.
All right. Let me ask you a tricky question here. If you couldn't, because we know you would not step in at last minute to try and train AJ, who would you advise, or who would you pick as a trainer to work with AJ in this one-off situation?
Wow. All the things that comes to mind are dead. So I'm trying to figure out who I would just suggest that AJ get to bring in. It's very difficult.
Stacey McKinley, maybe? Or is he too wise to avoid that?
No, I think Stacey could probably do the job. If AJ listened to him, I think Stacey could do the job. If AJ listened to Stacey only, then I'm confident Stacey can do the job. You know, but you can't come in there and have 2 or 3 people whispering in his ear and Stacey trying to train him.
That ain't gonna work.
Stacey is an old school guy. Stacey been around the block a few times, so Stacey know all the tricks for a tall fighter like that.
They're saying that people are suggesting as a DOG 215. Yes, my brother. Good seeing you. It says they will blame Lennox when AJ loses. AJ already blamed the ref, the crowd, and Wilder. He's going to have to find his way out on his own. What are your thoughts on that?
Being a boxer is like being an airplane pilot. You need a co-pilot. You need a co-pilot. He's not going to fight his way out of nothing by himself. We see where that got him at. He needs somebody to co-pilot. First of all, how to use his physical attributes, which he's not using.
Correct.
I told you that there a long time ago. He's not utilizing his physical attributes.
Correct. I'd like to see him leaning on Ruiz, holding him, leaning on him, pushing his weight down on Ruiz's back, take the weight out the legs, yeah, and put pressure on Ruiz's back. tie him up, leading, walking back to the ropes as a big man. I'd like to see things like that happen. But Joshua's not going to learn that in 4 months. I can't see it happening in 4 months. He's liable to get tagged trying to do that stuff.
You know something? Where I observed that movie stars, singers, and boxers, they always attract the wrong fucking people to be around.
I agree.
They always got the wrong crowd around them. They always surround themselves with a bunch of snakes, a bunch of gophers who really can't help them in their technique, who really can't help them in their mentality, who really can't help them in their structure in boxing. They can't in boxing or in singing or something. They can't. These people always surround themselves with the wrong people. And AJ, you know, like AJ's got a lot of money. That could be making him soft too.
That's what I've said.
If he's not boxing for legacy, then he's boxing for money. If he's boxing for money, then he won't have a long run. You know, you ask yourself, what makes these guys keep going? One Manuel Marquez and guys like that. What makes them keep going?
And Pacquiao.
They made a lot of, and Pacquiao, you know, and what makes those guys go? It's legacy, because they have money. They have enough money to last the rest of their life, especially in some of the countries that these guys live in. So it has to be legacy. You know, it has to be legacy. Everybody needs money. Everybody likes money, but money can't be the ulterior motive for a boxer to be going get climbing in and out of the ring. No, it's another way to make money. You know, if that's the case, he should be climbing out of the ring just for no money. It has to be legacy. You have to be motivated by legacy.
Did you see a recent article out that Joshua's lost weight?
Yeah, I kind of brought it to my attention that he lost weight. But what is that going to do? It's going to make it more horrible.
That's what I said as well. Oh my Lord!
You see what I'm saying? That AJ is doing confusing things. I was texting with Vladimir a couple of days ago, and I told Vladimir to contact AJ and see if AJ would listen to me. I'll go there and help him. You know, I told Vladimir that I get the impression that Vladimir don't want me going with no AJ. I get that impression.
Interesting.
Because he basically ignored the question.
Interesting.
I can tell you right now, AJ sounds very confusing. If he's lost weight, see, all this his stuff is being interjected by other people around him. Man, you need to lose weight. You'll be quicker. This and that. You got a bunch of people in his ears telling him what he needs to do instead of him listening to boxing people. He's listening to people from the corner store.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Exactly. I have no sympathy in the situation. If you don't want to put yourself around boxing gods, you want to put yourself around boxing, Johnny come latelys, then that's what happens. I have no sympathy for that whatsoever. It goes, Trap House Boxing says, "What's up, bro Ingram? And tell Uncle Ali, AJ's been soft."
AJ's been what?
Soft.
I don't understand what you're saying.
He's saying he's soft. He's always been soft. He's always been like a weak touch.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You guys grew up there.
No, I don't. Right. Because
I know some soft, but I've known soft fights over the years that'll break your neck.
There you go.
I've known some soft fighters over the years. soft outside the ring, but once you put them in a ring,
it'll take you out. Exactly.
It take you out.
Exactly.
I mean, really soft-spoken, low-key fighters that'll break your neck in them. You know.
DOG 215 says you can help. You cannot help arrogant people. Let life be the best teacher for them. I totally agree.
He's arrogant. AJ is arrogant.
Come on. He's the head honcho. Let's be honest. He's the head honcho.
I didn't know that. I didn't get that rule.
I did.
I was around the. I'll never forget those 6 weeks I was around. I didn't get that from.
Yeah, but he wasn't talking. He wasn't talking. Stay humble them days. Was he?
He never acted like that around me. Maybe because he had a different respect for me, but he never acted like that around me.
That's why Dillian and him fell out, because Dillian says he's not real. So I don't know, but I think if you ignore wisdom, then you will suffer the consequences.
I'm just an old-fashioned person, and my mom used to tell me many years ago. She said, "Always humble yourself in the presence of your elders,
Amen.
so that your days be long." This is
Amen.
what she said.
Amen.
Humble yourself in the presence of your elders, so
your
that your
days may be long.
So you can be arrogant and arrogant feed into stupidity at the same time.
Yeah.
But like I said, I never got that from AJ. The only thing I got from AJ was complete respect. When he spoke to me, when he approached me, he was unusual amount of respect.
Well, you know, you can judge a person by
I guess if he's like that, they must pick his people, because he wasn't like that around
me. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Was there anything else you picked up from the video, Uncle?
No, I'm just here getting ready. My prime and sole interest at this time is Evander Habazin and winning,
of course,
this WBO junior middleweight belt, the WBC diamond belt. Those 2 belts will be on the line when her and Clarissa Shields step in the ring. And my focus is completely on winning that fight, preparing Evander Habazin to be her very best when she steps in that ring.
I just hope that I hope that on the night she leaves it all in the ring and she hasn't left it outside the ring come fight night, because
Evander's not. No. Much too wise, much too experienced to do that. You know, we got everything with her knowledge of what she's doing and my knowledge of what she's doing. I think that she's going to land on her feet quite handily.
Every time I see this woman, she's trained like a maniac. Every time I see this woman, there's no days off with her. Maybe just she's playing the same videos over and over again.
Because she wants it.
Yeah, she wants
it as bad as Clarissa wants it. You know, I just hope. I want to say this now. I just hope that when we get to the fight in her hometown in Flint, Michigan, I hope prior to the fight that we discuss the judges and we discuss the referee. Because my experience in boxing is that when they have a fight for a title, then there's supposed to be WBO judges there, not Michigan judges. WBO judges are supposed to be there. WBC judges are supposed to be there, because it's for the WBC diamond belt and for the WBO world belt. So those are judges, and this could be a WBO, WBC judge, a referee appointed. Not a Michigan judge, not Michigan judges, and not a Michigan referee. That's all I want. I just want the playing field to be level. I don't want no hanky-panky going on when we get there. You know, you got Joe Schmo from Michigan, Barry from that part of Michigan. That's not the way it's supposed to go. I'm saying this now so that if it doesn't go that way, that everybody here and your listening audience will understand it. It's supposed to be, the WBO is supposed to mandate who the judges are. The WBO should have a WBO referee in there. WBC should have somebody in there. But it shouldn't be Michigan referees and judges.
So what should we call the title of this interview, Uncle?
Minding my business. Leaving yours alone.
Oh, I can't give it that title. Any other title you'd like me to call it? Hey, somebody give me the title for this video, and whoever gets the best title, it'll be I'll put it on the video. Could Mr. Bashir train Joshua to beat Usyk? Oh, there's one.
I'm probably the only one that can prepare Joshua to beat Usyk, because I believe that I'm the only one that knows how to beat Usyk. I believe I'm the only person in the world that know how to beat him. Maybe Lomachenko's father, he may know how to beat him too. But I guarantee you that Lomachenko's father and myself are the only two people that can formulate a style to beat Usyk.
Okay.
So if you want to give himself the best chance, he's going to need me for Usyk. Like if he gets past Ruiz, but if he gets past Ruiz, he's definitely going to need me to fight Alexander Usyk. Because without me, even with me training him for the Usyk fight, still going to have a hard mountain to climb. Listen to what I'm saying. Even with me, he still would have a difficult mountain to climb. But I do believe I know how to beat Alexander Usyk. But even with me, having said that, even with me, he'd have a difficult mountain to climb with Usyk.
Who'd be easy? Who's easier to train, Joshua or Bellew to beat Usyk?
Say that again.
If you had to choose between Bellew and Joshua to beat Usyk, which one would you pick out the two fighters to train?
Yeah, I think they're relatively the same. Bellew doesn't seem like a hard guy to train, you know?
Okay.
He doesn't seem very complicated. He seems like the kind of guy that I can train, Tony Bellew.
But which one would give you the greater chance of getting a victory over Usyk?
Joshua. I think Joshua will give me the greater chance.
Okay. All right.
Because I told you, you know, before Bellew even got in there that he was tailor-made for Usyk.
Yep, I told people that as well, but they didn't listen.
And he was winning those first 5 rounds.
No, I'm telling people. I said, all right, it's coming. I said, it's coming. I said, it comes. Boop, boop. And then he went over.
But you know, I'm saying that Usyk is a very complicated guy to beat. You know, if people don't know what you do, because he's got so much versatility. Usyk has such versatility. He has stamina. He can take a punch. He can crack himself. It's just a hard mountain to climb trying to beat Alexander Usyk. He's that good.
I know they don't believe you that much, Uncle. So you'll have to, over time it'll happen.
But I've been telling everybody this since the day one. Since the second fight that I trained, I told him that the guy was something. And each fight I trained him, I got to see more and more and more of it. I understand. And most people in the boxing world don't even know what the boxers that fight say, what they're dealing with. They think they're trying to beat a boxing style. No, you got to try to beat a lifestyle. Alexander Usyk is a special fighter, and I'm telling you, ain't nobody just gonna formulate a style to beat him.
All right. Okay. Trap House Boxing asked the question: could you ask Uncle what does he think of Riddell Booker? Booker.
Right now, Booker is unpredictable, but he can fight. He has good boxing standards. He has good boxing IQ, boxing application. Rydell Booker could be. He could. I can easily see Rydell Booker being right there in that top 7. He's just got to put the work in, man. He's got to put the work in. He's got to roll the dice. Rydell Booker's got to be up there. He's got to be 36, 37 years old. He's got to roll the dice. But Rydell Booker has good, solid boxing IQ. He has that Michael Hunter kind of IQ.
Wow.
Yeah. Rydell Booker, he's right there. He has that Michael Hunter kind of IQ. He's a good, clever boxer. Make no mistakes about it. And Rydell Booker gets in a situation, man. He has to get through a situation quicker. I mean, Rydell Booker is looking on the short end of the stick now. Yeah. Rydell Booker's got perhaps maybe 2 years to make his claim, get out. You know.
All right.
I will say, you know, from my experiences with Rydell Booker, and I know him pretty well, he can fight. He can fight, and he can cause problems for any heavyweight in the division. He's just got to get himself in good mental and physical condition. He's not a difficult guy to train. He's not a difficult guy, and he's a smart guy. He's a smart guy. He's got a lot of heart. He's got a lot of ability, and his boxing IQ is out of this world. He can fight.
Okay. We're going to try and go through these questions quickly. Who do you think is the hardest fight for Usyk in the heavyweight division?
Any heavyweight that fights Usyk without me, that's the hardest fight.
Okay. We asked you about Fury Povetkin already, so we're not going to go there again.
Having said that, I think that Fury would be the most difficult fight for Usyk.
Okay.
Because you got one awkward style versus another awkward style.
Yeah.
Fury is all over the place. I don't know where he's probably bringing. I don't know. He's probably bringing a hat and a rabbit in the ring with him. I don't know. Nobody knows what he's going to do with it. So I think that Fury would be the most difficult fight for Alexander.
Okay.
He's got a lot of height. He's got pretty good speed to be that big. You know, so I think that he would be the most difficult fight.
Ask Uncle what the style to beat Usyk is and what current boxer has the best chance.
What style is going to take to beat Usyk?
Yes.
You have to hire me to find out.
I like that one. That's good. And we'll go back very quickly. So, something Saul West mentioned earlier, not the Fury Povetkin.
You know what? Let me say this here. Everybody out there, the listening audience, I can see some of the trainers around the world now smirking and frowning their faces. But boxing is a science. And it takes a science to unravel different styles.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just going to go in there in the gym and hit some pads and hit some bags and all of that nonsense. I call it nonsense because it is nonsense. I mean, you take guys like Julio Cesar Chavez and Salvador Sanchez. He got two well-established champions who never hit a pad in their career, who never even hardly hit heavy bags or speed bags. The only thing that Chavez and Salvador Sanchez did was run and box.
Mm-hmm.
15 miles a day, and they go in the gym and do 15 rounds, and that was it. They didn't hit no pad, no heavy bags, and no medicine balls on their stomach, and all this hit, tap-toe through the rope dance and all this stuff. That's why I dismiss a lot of that. It's not necessary.
No, it isn't.
It's good to go. It's good.
Keep fit.
Old saying says, as a man thinketh, then so is he. So for people who think that does them
good for them.
Hey, who's to say that it doesn't do them good? But I'm saying people say, well, this is necessary, that's necessary, this is necessary, that's necessary, and like I said, the conditioning coaches and all of these things, that these people have created jobs for themselves.
Yep.
They have created jobs for themselves.
I remember when we first.
I'm not going to sit here and say that those people aren't essential or that they are non-essential.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that you have fighters like Henry Armstrong, Joe Walcott, Ezra Charles, Joe Lewis, Carlos Monzon, Vic Nicoletes, and the stories go on and on and on. And right here in Colombia, you had Rodrigo Valdez and Kid Pumphrey and Julio Cervantes right here in Colombia, where I'm at now. All of those guys came from the 50s and 60s, man. Guys, and them guys didn't have no conditioning coaches. And them guys wasn't doing no hopscotch and jumping through that stuff. No. Those guys were all pro fighters. And if you go to YouTube and look at their records, you can see how long those guys had careers. Those guys' careers lasted to 70, 80, some of them 120 fights. And nowadays, the fighters' careers last 30 fights, maybe.
Yeah.
And if you get a fighter that come in there and got 50, 60 fights, that's a rarity in today's boxing. Most boxers are out of boxing now with 50 fights, 60 fights, and they're done. If that many.
Yeah.
So I'm saying when you look at guys from that era, them guys, you look at the record, guys had 90 fights, 90 and 16, 100 and then 100 and then 25. And you say that guy had 100 wins and 25 losses, they had longevity. And they didn't have all this fancy stuff. They didn't have conditioning coaches. They didn't have all of the powders, the protein powders and stuff. Guys didn't have that.
Yeah.
You take a guy like Ray Robinson who swallowed 3, 4, 5, 6 eggs in a teaspoon of honey. That was his shake. That was his milkshake. And them guys had careers. How long did Ray Robinson fight? 130 fights?
Ridiculous, man.
Yeah, he had a lot of fights. How long did Archie Moore fight? Bob Foster. So them guys, you can't change what is. You can't change reality. People say, yeah, but the fighters now are bigger, stronger, and smarter. What makes them smarter?
They certainly they didn't have the abundance of trainers that they have then. Now the abundance of trainers they've got before was better because they had better. These guys can fight on the inside, the outside, lateral movement. They could do all. Fighters today can just about fight off a front foot. They can't fight on the inside. Most of them fight with their face, and they call that boxing.
I really feel sorry for some boxers because some boxers won't invest in what they're doing. You have people who travel all over the world to go to different colleges. Yeah, you have people who travel all over the world to go to a specific college for a specific reason, for a specific degree.
Boxers are very reactive, Uncle.
But boxers today won't invest.
Because they're reactive. They're reactive. They'll wait until they get knocked out to realize there's a problem.
Well, then it's another thing. They always cut corners. It always baffled me. How a boxer will take thousands of dollars and invest it in a gold chain. Thousands of dollars and invest it into a vehicle, a car.
Lack of education, Uncle. A lack of education.
They'll take thousands of dollars and invest it in a woman.
Yeah, well, okay, but Uncle, if you give a fool money, it's still a fool, right?
Yeah.
So, what's to be expected?
The difference in that foolishness. They invested all of that money into a house, okay? There are houses and then there are houses, okay? They invested all this money into houses, all this money into jewelry, all this money into women, all this money into BS businesses that don't count for nothing at the end of their careers. At the end of their careers, they ain't got nothing. When they put it into these foolish businesses, you know, that they're trying to make money with, or call themselves invested in. But they won't take that money and invest that money into a good, solid trainer.
Because the people around them have not got the experience. The people around them are jolly completely, so they can't advise. These people are PR agents, and they're all looking for a job themselves.
What's the difference? They don't have those same people around when they go buy a diamond ring. They don't have that same kind of thing. So you have people around when they go and invest in the woman. They don't have the same kind of people when they go and invest in a house. No, they don't. They're removed. But now here you are putting your life on the line. Putting your life on the line every single time you step.
But hold on. But wait, Uncle. You say that, but hold on a second. The great Vladimir Klitschko had you in his corner, but didn't have you as his trainer. As in, you got a PhD, but you couldn't pick common sense? Come on.
You know what? That's what I'm alluding to. Fighters make
but that was on your that was on your doorstep.
Listen, I've seen some strange vision.
Uh-oh. What's going on here? Uncle, where you gone? Waiting for Uncle to reconnect. Uncle's gone. No, so much for that. I think we've lost Uncle there. Let's see if we can get him back. Yeah, I think Uncle's battery is dead. So it's WhatsApp always does that. Yeah, it could be his battery's gone dead. It's gone dead as well because my battery's quite low as well. So right, we'll call it an end there. If it comes to it, we don't get Uncle, we'll bring it back tomorrow night. We can finish the conversation off. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, smash the like button. Literally smash the like button. It's really good. I really appreciate the likes and the love we're getting on the channel in terms of the likes. So I really appreciate it. Share the video as well, please. Spread the knowledge. By the way, before I finish, here's an opportunity. Can somebody give me a title for this video? Whoever gives me a title will get their name given. They will get the once I do the title, I will actually give credit to the person who gives me a title. So very quickly, what do you think the title for this video should be? What's the key thing for the video? What would be the key title for the video? Quickly, because I have to wrap this up. Thank you. What would be the title, people? Can we give you a title? Bashir. Thank you. I like this one, Bashir. I'm the only one who can train Joshua to beat Usyk. Yep, that is the title. So that's what the title. And I'm going to give, as a man of my word, I will give you the title. Right, there we go. That's the one. Thank you very much. I think for all these, any future shows, I will do the titles based on what you lot think. Thank you so much for the love. I'm out of here. Have a great night. Hope you learned something tonight from it.